Hello everyone, it's Thursday morning. Hello, good morning Tracy. Good morning to everyone coming in. Good morning. My name is Alisa Tilsner. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and we have a card class every Thursday morning. So I'm hoping that next year, which it's only 2 months away, can you believe it? I'm hoping next year that I'll be able to go live twice a week. Wouldn't that be exciting? Good morning. Oh, I shouldn't say good morning, Cynthia. Good evening, Cynthia, because she is in Indiana. Can't even pronounce Indianapolis. I'm not even going to try this morning. I haven't had enough coffee to try and pronounce that. She's from Indiana. Hello from Chile, Canada. Hello. Don't worry, it's still chilly-ish here. It's not as cold as it once was, but it's still cold. Good afternoon, good evening. And now you guys are mucking with my head because I'm in morning, but I'm reading your good evenings and I'm keep going to say good morning to you guys. So I shouldn't do that. So today we are going to be creating more Christmas cards. Coming that time, I really do need to sit down and work out how many Christmas cards I have already created and how many I need. I need more. I need another cuppa. I've had 2 already, but it just doesn't seem to be cutting it this morning, and I'm hungry again. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm always getting the belly rumbles these days early in the morning. So I must be not eating enough during the day or something. And I've stepped up my exercises, so maybe that's making me a little bit more hungrier. Oh no, Robin said she's still wet in the Murray River. Yeah, that's it's just been crazy. If you're out of, like, not in Australia, pretty much a lot of the eastern states, so New South Wales, Victoria, and some of South Australia have all been experiencing flooding again. So, and we're talking about big flooding. So yeah. So we're going to play. Last week we played with the framed florets. Oh my goodness, the framed florets. We played with them last week, and I thought today we might play with the framed and festive, which is the matching. It's the add-on for this bundle here. So this one is a limited edition stamp set. So we'll play with that one because I have a couple of ovals left over from last week, and I thought if I don't use them, I'm not going to use them. So I thought I would do that, but team them up with the Christmas season, which is the pine cones. So we had to play with that a couple of weeks ago as well. And then I pulled out the pine cone dies that go with them. They don't cut out these images, but they do have dies that match them as well. So I thought that's what we would swing around, play with. Oh my goodness. Seriously, I think it's one of those days I cannot speak. I can't dress myself because obviously I'm all out of whack, and I've just made it worse because I'm looking at the wrong way. Can't dress myself. I can't speak. Let's just swing the camera around and get started, shall we? Okay, so these are, you'll have to bear with me today. Seriously, something is wrong with my brain. So I've got a few of these left over because last week I showed you the fitting florets dies. I think that's what they're called. They are called framed florets dies. I showed you these ones. Words are so hard. So I showed you these and we played with these. We made a card, and I actually don't have it near me. It's near my computer. So I will... we'll just have to go back and have a look at last week's. So we played with them, and I showed you how by layering this one here and this one here, let's just pull that down a little bit. By layering these two, you can actually die cut out 3 pieces, if I can pick them up. And I thought that was pretty cool. I'm starting off really well, Lois. I'm starting off really well. So I had them left over, and then I think we used this one in the card. I think I used the outside one of them. Anyway, somehow I've managed with that, and I've managed to have that left over as well. So I thought if I don't play with these, they will just sit around in my room until I eventually throw them out, and I don't really want to waste them. So I thought, let's play with them. So I'm going to use this one, those ones, and those ones. And these ones I will have to figure out something else to do with them. So I'm going to try and make 2 cards, which I don't know whether that would be a wise thing for me today, considering I'm already having trouble. Do you know what it probably is? You guys, you guys are just terrible to me. Seriously. Every time I say, oh, I don't know what to watch on Netflix, everyone recommends Outlander. And I finally decided that, yes, I would watch Outlander. I think I started last weekend. I nearly finished season 3. So you guys are making me spend too much time up late at night. So there's your fault I can't speak, because I've been spending too much time watching them. Now, my swirls came in as well. I don't know whether you can see them, but check that out. When you twist and turn your card, when these are on your card, they're just so pretty. So that is the gems that go with this suite, and framed, festive, and festive. So this one here is a limited edition one. I'm going to use 2 different sentiments, I think, because I'm going to try and make 2 cards. So I'm going to do May this season. These ones are rubber. The other stamp set is photopolymer. And what's that one? May this season and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. I know I've fallen in love with Outlander as well. And I don't know why it took me so long to actually watch it. Because every time I would say, what are you guys watching on Netflix? Everyone would say Outlander, 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 Outlander. So finally I've gotten around to watching it. Oh, they are. The gold swirls are gorgeous. Now there's 75 of them in the pack. And I think I'm going to need to buy another pack when they become available. So the products that I'm using now are available to demonstrators right now, and then they will be available to customers come the 1st of November. Now, I wonder if I can actually get that a little bit closer. Oops, sorry guys. There we go. I think I'll just couldn't get into it. I don't know. I was hooked before I'd even gotten through halfway through the episode. I was like the first episode. I was like, oh wow, I'm liking this. All right. So what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to take my inside ovals, and I'm going to white emboss on both of them. So I have all my stuff here and all set up, and I'm just hoping that, and they do fit because I have, oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do one up. Do you see? Look, I wanted to do one portrait and one in this fashion. So I just need to work out which one is going to go on which one, make sure that they fit. So I think I'll do this one on this card here. So I'm going to do one in portrait and one in landscape, and I'm going to have them fairly similar. Let me just bring this a little bit closer to me and my light. The Watcher, yes, that is on my list as well, but because I had, and I hope that I'm going to stamp this straight, because I had been watching Mr. Mercedes, I thought I'd better give myself a little break from I was going to say gore and stuff, but Outlander has got a fair bit of gore in it as well, so that doesn't really make sense to me. All right, so stamping in Versamark. If you are new to embossing, Versamark is a really sticky ink pad and will help this embossing powder stick to it nicely, and then we go and heat set it and it becomes a nice glossy image. Right, how's that? I got that straight. Okay, next one. Okay, now, so I'm going to get my train of thoughts happening soon. Right, so the framed florets bundle, which is the floral one and the dies, are coming from the new catalogue that will be released in January. Okay, the one that I'm using today, the framed and festive stamp set, is a limited edition one, as is the gold swirls and the designer series paper. They are all limited edition and will be available while stocks last. Look at that. At least I can stamp straight this morning. Can't speak, but I can stamp straight. All right, let's shuffle this back into our little pot. because I do need to get that little embossing kit that comes with a tray and tweezers and an embossing body. Right, get rid of all my stuff there. All right, so I'm going to emboss these guys. I should have thought about, because this is going to go around. Yep, I've still got room. Awesome. Should have thought about that a little bit better. All right. Quite like embossing on paper. Let's just give this a little bit of a, this will probably take a little bit to warm up as well. I hope, well, our internet is so dodgy. It can be a really nice sunshiny day and we will just have dropouts. And then of course when we have bad weather, we have dropouts. My kids want me to get, well, they would like to have that Starlink satellite internet. But it would be just my luck that I invest in it and then they both leave home or something. And then I'll be stuck paying for it. Because of course while they're home, they're all like, oh no, we'll not pay for it. Right. Okay. So we have these two images going on. So this one here does have leaves on it, but thankfully you can't really see them anymore. So I am going to adhere this one to the outside over the top of this frame here. So, and just going to use this adhesive. And we'll pop that just around there. So one is going to be, well, sort of traditional, maybe like a rustic traditional Christmas color, and then the other one is not going to be traditional Christmas color. Now I usually just pop a block over the top, and that just usually helps with my glue for a little bit. Okay, so the colors that I'm going to do, one card is going to be pinks, soft pinks. So petal pink, I've already done some stamping and some cutting out beforehand because that took me about 15 minutes to cut all that out, and I thought for sure you guys did not want to watch that. So I thought I would do pink, Merry Merlot, and the soft succulent. And then for the other card, I thought that I would do this way, crumb cake with, that light is just bothering me immensely. There we go. It's casting too much shadow. And then evening evergreen and the soft succulent as well. So we've got two different colorways. One's going to be in landscape, one's going to be in portrait. So let us prepare our card bases. Hello, Vicky. So I've got all of these guys. I'll pop everything over there. So I've sort of got in my head what we're making, sort of. But I think that I want to rustic them up a little bit and make them sort of like a little bit of a vintage feel. And I think the petal pink on this one will lend itself nicely to a vintage feel as well, because it's not a super bright pink. Okay, so I also have my Quiet Meadows, which I quite like, so I'm going to use that text image again. So we'll get that one out. Block. Okay, now you'll notice that as I'm making my cards, I don't really give out measurements. So head on over to my website, which is up on the screen at the moment. I'm actually going to remove that because it's taking up a bit of room. So just jot that down, and then when you are done watching today, you can head on over to my blog, sign up for my newsletter, and then I will send out tutorials. This one will have two. Well, it'll be the same because they're both the same, but I'll put the two photos. I've already done that. I'll put the two photos in the tutorial. And you will get this as a tutorial on Friday morning my time. So I'm just going to ink up, make sure I've got it up the right way, and then I'm just going to do this one as stamp off first and then pop a couple of different, like just make it quite random. like that. Just really, really faint. I don't even know whether you can see how faint that is. So very just background faint. I'm hoping that this will look okay because I only just decided this morning what I was going to do. So, and then I'm just going to just add a little bit of sponging around, ink blending around the edges. Okay, so a few other things that I need to talk about while we are creating, because I'm going to do this, and then I'm also going to pop in. Now I've got two different spots. I've got a spots from the Christmas season, or I've got the splatter from the Quiet Meadow. I think I might use the spots from this one. So I have my tutorial membership happening at the moment. Thank you very much to everyone who has joined. And I will let you know that the price for that will be increasing at the end of the month. So if you want to get in for the special founding members price, jump in before the end of the month. The tutorial is all written, set, and ready to go out on the 2nd of November. I think I'll just do that. And then once you're in the membership, so membership is you'll get a tutorial every month in your inbox. You won't have to sign up for it. They'll just come automatically. And then if you happen to live in Australia, you have then got the option to purchase one of two kits, just like I do my my class by mail now. So, but it will all be held within inside the membership. So something new for me, and the reason why I'm doing this is so that we can actually have a community as well. So we've got the community Facebook page up and running, and we will also be doing some live stamping during the month as well. So if you have your kits, or if you just buy the tutorial and you cut all your own stuff, then we can get together and create the cards. So again, just doing a little bit of background stamping on that one. So that one's pretty light as well. And then some of the dots. I might stamp this one. Oh no, I'll stamp this one on. So just randomly stamping your dots over the background. Like so. Oh, and I'll also add a little bit of ink blending around the corners as well. Just to soften that up. Oh, and anybody around the world can also join this membership. Just only if you're in Australia, you can purchase the kits that come afterwards. So what will happen is in the email that goes out with the tutorial is that I will have the options to purchase the kits from there. The kits will be available for a week, and then I will order everything, cut everything, get everything sent out like I normally do. Okay, I do believe we could be ready. We could be ready. So what I would like to have this happen is I want this one to go over here, and then these ones will have to get put down individually because they are two separate pieces. So this one fits inside this one, so I'll have to glue them down separately. But I have them going on. Then I have an array of little leaf greenery. So I've got a whole heap of these guys going on in matching colors. So I thought we will figure out somehow to put them all together. But what I'm going to do first, and I have not used this die yet, so this will be a first for me, is that I'm going to make a couple of pine cones. So we've got a bigger pine cone, and these are like a two-step pine cone. And we've got all this beautiful background pine cone as well. Whoops. Tear on everything. And then I need these guys as well. Good morning, Lenny. Oh, I hope I'm looking good. I'm not speaking well today, though. I'm all very tongue-tied. Okay, and I've got a mess going on, which probably does not help with my situation. Okay, so being a two-step, we want the light to go from the bold. So I'll cut these guys out first. Light with the bold. Make sure that that split that I've got in my thing doesn't go over there. Hi, Vicky. Arizona. All right. Oops. Okay, so I've got them to go on my brownie coloured card. Whoops. I need a pokey tool. This will do. My scissors will do. My plates are cut that badly that I'm still holding out though, but things get stuck on there. And then I also need, I probably need to trim it down a wee bit. All right. Oh, will that fit in there? Look at that. All right. There we go. And 3 of these ones for my other card because we are doing 2 cards today if you've just joined in. Yeah, these little cutters are great. They obviously won't cut everything, but I've found that they do cut the majority of things. But also a lot of, I don't have any of the slimline embossing folders. I've only got the big ones, so they don't really work on them. But I find it super handy just for doing things like this to have on your desk. Okay, and now I need, oh wait, I did them out of the wrong color. Oh, Jiminy. Yeah, that's right. They need to be, am I doing them around the right way? They need to be dark on light, don't they? Detailed dark on light. I'm sure that's the way that they go. You can tell when I haven't used a product, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong. Because at the moment, I'm mucking things up. All right. So now I need the detailed ones. The detailed. All right. You guys, and you. Put them out of the way because you're not it. And yes, I'm doing pink pine cones again. Pink pine cones. Well, I suppose it would be just use your number 4 plate for cutting. For the mini one, number 4. Is that what you're supposed to use? Insert. No, that one's for embossing folders. Number 4, that's the embossing folder one. Number 3 is for, that one's for embossing, standard embossing. Number 4 is for 3D embossing. And then number 2 and number 1. Whoops. Oh, pop out, pop out. Pop out, please pop out without breaking. Please pop out. I guess if a little bit tears, it doesn't really matter anyway. Oh, there we go. Whoops. Never mind. We'll be able to hide that somewhere, right? I don't think it snapped. Tore. There we go. Okay, you came out nicely. You came out nicely. Thank you for cooperating. And now, light on, dark on top. Yeah. I'll have to try later on, won't I? Now I need this one. All right. Oh my goodness, get out of the way. Yeah, I'm not sure that that die actually cut properly, so I'm hoping when it comes time to poke those ones out, they actually come out properly. Oh, that's good. Just makes a mess everywhere. I think my paper actually tore in that area. Whoops, oops. Oh, yeah, it tore. It's split. That's okay. Yeah, I don't think it actually cut a hole correctly. Okay, get you guys off. Right, what a mess. All right, I was actually thinking that this was going to be a super quick card, but now I'm not so sure. All right, I have to put these away now, otherwise I will lose them. So bear with me for 2 seconds. I now put them on the wrong one, so I don't have enough tape. I'll fix that later. There we go. Oh, I get you now. Use the number 4 plate on top instead of my cutting plate. I get you. I get you. I do actually have a new set. I just haven't cracked them open because I just wanted to see how far I could push that broken cracked plate, which is, you know, I shouldn't really. I'm going to leave that one. I don't think it'll matter too much that there aren't all the holes poking out. Okay, I should have done this one off camera as well, but I did. Okay, it cuts really well. Okay, I will attempt that because the bottom plate is still fine. It's just that top one. There we go. This is going to bother me. You could also run these, put these on adhesive paper, and then they will stick to your solid pine cone pretty easily. Here we go. We'll just do this. Yep. All right, you'll do. I'm not going to muck around too much more. Don't throw you out. All righty. So now we're just going to adhere these guys together. So you on you. Might have been a bit ambitious to try and make 2 cards. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I've done the next bits ahead of time, so it'll be fine. And then they just sit on top of that one. Something like that. I'll put a block on it just to make sure. Okay, fiddly little things. Fiddly, fiddly. And I hope it's worth it. And I should learn to try things out before I do them live, right? There we go. Okay, and then the brown ones. These went better. Okay, while I'm sticking these, I don't think that these actually line up like 100%, so that's okay. I don't think they're designed to. I don't know, I haven't used them before. Oops, now I put glue on the wrong side. It's one of those days. I'm just going to have to go and chill out and watch more Highlander, right? But I found there's 6 seasons of Highlander, right? Because there's only 5 on Netflix. And I know, because I've already looked in advance, I'm going to be awfully upset when I do get to the end of the series knowing that there is another series out there and that at least in Australia we don't have access to season 6, and I don't know where one would find access to season 6. Okay, I think I am ready. Oh man, absolutely Outlander, I know. All right, I do believe I am ready. So let me start with this one here because I am going to use dimensionals for this one. I think I need a new sheet. I need to finish this. I need to finish the whole thing to get it out of my system. All right. I should actually, before I go sticking anything down, I should do a little, here's what it's going to look like. Right. So I'm going to do 2 around here. Now I've got some of these cut out. I did leave the stamps together, so I did leave them stamped like together, but I was wondering whether they might be too big for the stamped images, but I did want to include some form of stamped in there. So, and that's why I've sort of busied the background up as well, because I wasn't sure how these would go together. So just something like this, I think. And of course nothing wants to stay together because nothing's stuck. And then I've got another one of them. We'll figure it out as we go, but I do like to have some sort of idea of how I'm going to place things down. Oh, we don't have Stars channel. You guys, you're going to have to help an Aussie out somehow. Can't you sneak it to me somehow? I don't know. And then maybe I'll do something else up there. Something like that. I've got plenty of foliage and stuff. Foxtel. I did see something about that. It was on, that season 6 was on Netflix, and that it would be at least, did they say over the next 2 years it would be rolling out to other countries? And I'm like, what? 2 years? I can't do that. All right, we'll stick you onto you. I'm going to stick, I might stick my foliage down first. Let me work on my top cluster. Let me work on my top cluster, one cluster at a time. All right. So I'm going to pop this under here, I think. And then I'm going to pop one of these guys. I might do him on a little dimensional. This is where all the fun stuff starts, right? Pop you on. And I chose these leaves because I was going to do a different one, but I thought that they were perhaps a little too big for the die images. And I'm going to pop you, I might even need to snip you off. And then pop you under. Like that, maybe. There we go. Something like that, a little cluster. Foxtel or Binge. I don't have either of them. I might have to do a 30-day trial or something just to get them. All right, and then we'll pop our big one down here. So I need to pop you. These pine cones, which way do they face, up or down? They sort of almost need to go that way, don't they? All right, so I'm going to pop a dimensional on one side and flat on the other to give it some stability. I mean, you could cut these ones apart. I sort of left them together. So we'll pop that like that. Amanda says, hate it when they change where you watch the next series. Oh, yeah. Or if they cancel a series and it's like, man. Like they did that for, what's that one where they were on the plane and then they were in that plane accident and then all this weird stuff started happening. Manifest, is that the one? And then I might pop you underneath. You can always tuck your things underneath. If you can't get them to go on top with everything else, just pop them underneath. And that's going to hang out a little bit, but that's okay because my cards are generally shorter than the normal card anyway. Yeah, Manifest, that's the one. So, but I do believe that it was being picked up. I think Netflix had actually picked it up so that you can actually at least finish what was happening. It's terrible. You can't just leave it like it was. All right, so put that there. And then I've got 2 more of these guys. So I'm going to pop that underneath on one side. Oops. Pop you in there. That'll fill in you. Oops. It will. And then I might pop one down here. There we go. I've got a little bit of space left here, which I could probably go and find something to fill in if I really wanted to. But I'll think about that. I'll think about that bit. All right. So I will set that one aside and then we'll come in and do the next one. So this one here will have to go down flat. I could put that one flat and I could mount that one, or you could put that one down flat and then you could mount that one. I think I might mount the inside because I need a little bit of, what is going on there? Why isn't that? I might just need to put a block on top of that for it to catch. Thank you, Linny. Okay, so that's what I might do. I might stick this one down flat. So, and because there is so much white space in the background, that's why I sort of stamped and sponged around the edges just to try and fill it in a little bit more. So we'll put you down, put you just a smidge to the top. When I was doing calligraphy many years ago, when we were doing our, like, writing our calligraphy on our page, our instructor had always said if you leave a smaller space at the top than the bottom, so you always have this space down here just a tiny little bit bigger than what you would at the top. Apparently it's more pleasing to the eye than always just maybe centering it completely. So there's a little tip for you. All right, we'll pop this one up in the middle. Whoops. Oops. Now, was there other stuff that I needed to tell you about? Things that are ending at the end of the month. The sign-up special. So if you guys are thinking about joining, now is a really good time because there is extra money in your kit. So if you have been placing orders and they are more than $169 and you want to get $238 worth of product, please do think about joining. Now, I'm probably just going to do these in the same type of fashion, but see, because I can't stick it under there, well, I could stick it under there, but now I can stick it under there and have a little bit more interest going on in that area up there. So that just gives me a different look again. And then we can do similar down the bottom here. Put the darker one on this side to sort of help balance it a bit more. And then we can put our clusters. Perfect. Excellent. Oh, March 3023. I'll be dead by then. Only joking. I know what you mean. March. Oh, okay. I might be able to wait. I'll have to see. Thank you for looking that up, Vicky. All right, let's slip that under there. I'm sure there'll be plenty of things to, there's actually looks like there's some good stuff coming on lately. So to be able to watch. All right, where did I put you? I popped you there. So I'll put a dimensional on the tip because it'll overhang, and then I'll put some glue there. I knew what you meant. So we'll pop that one there, and we'll grab one of these and cut the end off because it'll be too much. And I might have to, oh, no, I can still tuck that under. So lift you up and tuck you under there. And you can always go back and pop a little dimensional under there if you want. Sometimes I like the loose effect, so you can do that as well. Okay, now we'll go down to the bottom. So, and you can also put on your wink of Stella if you want a little bit of sparkliness going on. So we'll slop you under there. And fill in these guys as well. Actually, I might use my seal for this one. If I can get it rolling. There we go. No, still not. Sometimes you have to move them along a little bit to expose the sticky. Whoops, I perhaps put that one in the wrong spot. That's okay. Put you there. And again. So pretty well the same type of little clusters, and then as the first card. So it'll just have a slightly different look to it because one's portrait. And I might pop you over there. Maybe a little bit different for this one. Maybe something like that. Lemony Snicket. Okay, I don't know whether I started watching that. It sounds familiar. So you could go back and put on, I'm going to have to stick that one down again. Lifting too many things up. You can go back and yeah, like I said, put Wink of Stella on. You could put Wink of Stella on the berries and perhaps the overlay of the pine cones. Beware if you are using the Merry Merlot like me, then it will probably bleed a little bit because it's such a dark, rich color. So there we go. There's our two spiky Christmas cards going on. I feel like they're awfully spiky. And then let's pop on some of these new embellishments so I can show you. So there's 75 of them in a pack, and they are super, super pretty. Good morning, Audrey. Oh, I wish I could have a sleep in. I need to stop going to bed so late. Okay, so where will I pop these? I'll pop one over here. And one over here, and then I will show you super quickly. I'll just go through the cards in the tutorial membership for October. Look at this. I'm going to definitely need another packet of these. And I'll put one here. Would be cool if there was, like, if there were two sizes, but that's okay. Two. I just like, I seem to have been going in and liking two together and then and one. So there we go. I will bring these up to the screen to show you. So there's the first one. So you can see how those swirls catch the light in different ways. So you can imagine that when this card is on your recipient's cupboard, as they walk past them, depending on the light, it'll catch different lights. So that's the pink one, pink and green, and then this one perhaps a little bit more traditional. I might need to fill in a few little fluffy areas with these guys, maybe soften them up a little bit. It's very, very spiky. I can probably try and use a different leaf. I just found that they might be too big, but I might actually go back. I won't do it while you guys are here because you'll probably be bored out of your brain, but I will perhaps just go and stamp a few more of these and just slot them in the little spiky areas, like just really trim them down and pop them in just to soften it up again. So I will try that off screen, but I just wanted to show you also, so the tutorial, like the tutorial that you'll get tomorrow morning when you're signed up to my newsletter, I'll include those in with the instructions as well. Oops, you are hanging off the edge. And so these ones are really quickly. So these are the cards that will be in November's class, the first tutorial. So I hope that I've made the membership clear. So each month when you sign up, each month it's like a subscription. So each month you will get a tutorial sent straight to your email. So you'll get that. And then if you live in Australia, you can upgrade to the kit that goes along with it for that month. So you will actually see the cards before you opt in for the kits. So it works just a little bit differently to the way it is now, and that way we can have a Facebook community, because when it's all done individually, then I can't do a community because I'd be bringing people in and out all the time, and then hopefully we can just have a stable group and get together and make our cards as well. Okay, was there anything that I need to run through? My blog address, I'll pop that quickly on the screen as well. So if you aren't on my newsletter, head over there and subscribe so that you get the free tutorial, and they come every Friday my time once you're in. And if there's ever any that you've seen in the past that I've done and you want them, just message me because I do keep them all. Our code for ordering this month, so if you're placing an $80 order with me, go ahead and use the code, and then I will send you a gift in the next month. And anyone who's placing orders, we also do a free thank you tutorial. So 6 cards. I make them with a friend from the US. Membership is there. And another sneak peek at the cards. So there we go. And I'll get rid of that and come back around here. Okay. Thank you for sharing that to Pinterest. I appreciate that very much, Gina. Awesome. Okay, so that is it for this week. I think I've told you everything that I need to. Audrey, yes, you'll need to do, and I've already set this up, and I will go in and explain it in the community, but the email that you will get on the 2nd of November will contain your PDF. And then there will be 2 purchase buttons that you can either purchase for the option 1 class, or you can purchase for the option 2 class. And that runs exactly like Class by Mail did. So if you want to stick around, you can. I'll just explain this a little bit better, and I perhaps should do a proper video for it as well. So in option 1, you will get the framed florets and you will get the dies as it all runs now, so you'll get those 2. You'll get excuse me, I'm just pulling this out. You will get a quarter pack of designer series paper. So you'll get all of that as well, which are gorgeous. The link to my blog, let me pull that back up 2 seconds. There we go. So you'll get the papers. Very pretty. And you'll also get a packet of bling, and you will also, and then I will also send the card kit to you as well. So everything is like it is now. It's just you'll see the tutorial before you purchase the kit. If you're getting option 2, then you will be purchasing in your kit, you'll receive the card kit to make the 6 cards. And you'll also get your designer series paper, and you'll get a packet of bling. Now, once everybody has all their kits, and those who are international to me have cut all their materials because you will have the tutorial already, then we will come together, and it'll probably be towards the end of each month. We'll come together in our Facebook community, and we will actually make some of our cards. Okay, so that's how that is going to work. So I know I've been having a few questions about that lately. So that is how that works. So your $15 at the moment, it is going up to $20 each month. Will include the tutorial and the Facebook group and creating cards together. If you decide that you don't want to purchase the kit, you don't have to, and you still get your tutorial. Now, at the moment, the way that my classes are run, you actually get the tutorial for free. So I am actually going to be discounting the price of the kit to reflect the tutorial being free for those who are in Australia. But you can only purchase the kits if you live in Australia, because I cannot post these guys internationally. It is against policy and I don't want to get in trouble. But you'll definitely have the tutorial and you'll be able to cut all your own. And if you are a demonstrator, you may feel, you are welcome to teach these in person, not online, but you are definitely welcome to teach them in person to your own customers as well. So hopefully that'll be a bit of return on investment for you if you are doing it for an investment purpose. I think that is it. But if anybody has any questions about how that is run, do let me know. It won't, like, membership won't be closing. It'll be like anyone can join at any time. You can leave at any time. But I should swing back around, shouldn't I? But the price will be going up. So if you want it for $15 a month, which I think with the exchange rates at the moment is pretty good for some other countries, at the end of the month, it'll be heading up to $20 a month. And you can purchase the PDF still as a standalone, but they will be available later in the month and they will be a higher price as well. So I hope that explains everything. Message me, feel free to email me, message me any way you want, and I can give you a little bit more information if I haven't made that completely clear. So, because, words are not my friend today. We know that. Okay, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will finish off these cards a little bit, make them a little bit softer and photograph them and get the tutorials written for these guys to go out tomorrow morning. Okay, thank you very much for watching me, and we will see you again this time next week. Cheers. See you later, everyone.